Later on today's event. In this occasion, it's my privilege and pleasure to invite you all on behalf of KIT CIII for organizing here Technologies Induction Program exclusive for KIT students. First of all, I wholeheartedly thank our management, principal, vice principal, deans and HODs of various departments for supporting us to conduct this event. A special thanks to our Dean KIT CIII, Dr. K. Mahalakshmi ma'am, for organizing this event. Now I request Dean KIT CIII, Dr. K. Mahalakshmi ma'am, to introduce our guest.
Thank you, Kirtika. Happy morning to one and all present here. It's nice to see you all gathered for a good cause. I'm happy to welcome Mr. Dharma Rajagopalan, the SPOC for here for the Industry Academia Partnership for KIT. Mr. Dharma is a South Asia lead government academic enterprise startup for Here Private Limited, Gurgaon. His role includes strategic partnership and business development with skill development, higher and technical education, CSR and sustainability ecosystem with the central and state governments, startups, edutech to promote GIS, map location technology as the upstream career segment through embedding modular, beginner, and advanced modules of Here Maps, location platform for civil engineers, computer science, computer applications, and electronics, and also to promote GIS in upskilling and project training, live projects, and supporting location-based startups towards ecosystem development. It's great indeed to have you here with us, Mr. Dharma, for another 1 to 1.5 hours. I hope my students will be benefited by your introduction on the know-how of the project and the overall MOU setup for KIT. Over to you, Mr. Dharma.
All right, ma'am. I hope I'm audible and there is no breakage in voice. Let me know before I start. Am I audible better? All right, great. So, okay, great. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my dear students, and good morning, Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am, and good morning, Dr. Kirtika. Thank you very much for taking this opportunity to introduce me, and thank you very much for giving me this platform to interact with students of KK IT College, Coimbatore. It's indeed a privilege, and I definitely look forward to share my views, to share my today's intent and the agenda of today's session. This partnership would not have been possible with your foresight, without your intent, and without your belief of doing good for the students. We had a wonderful e-interactive and e-inaugural session about a month back with KKIT leadership team, the academia team, the stakeholders team led by you. So thank you very much. So students, once again, good morning, everyone. And I hope everyone is doing fine. Everyone is doing safe. Everyone is exercising and taking all necessary precautions to basically stay healthy and keep their family members as well. This time is quite uncertain because the external factors cannot be controlled by you. One, you can do your bit and you can do your best of your bit to move forward. And the last but not least, the most important aspect is right now you have to think positive and you have to move forward, because this time is not going to be permanent. Time will change, and there will be days when you can come out and walk freely. But right now, until the situation prevails, everyone has to be safe and sound. So I wish everyone good health. Now, a bit of introduction about myself, and thank you, Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am, who introduced me. But just to give a background, I represent HERE Technologies as the South Asia Senior Lead. And my primary objective that I drive with the organization is how to implement, how to execute industry academia partnerships with leading colleges, leading universities, leading academic institutions across India. So fortunately, I am a South Indian. I am a Tamilian, born and brought up in Delhi. I've been in Delhi for about more than 30 years. And one of the good reasons that I would enjoy interacting with the college is that, you all are from my fellow state, from where I belong. So my parental roots are from Tanjore, but I keep visiting the state, and I love to be in Chennai, and I love to be in Tamil Nadu. It just brings a lot of homely feeling to you if you have been in Delhi for quite some time. Now, a few do's and don'ts for the students. One is any student who has taken out time to attend today's session, I would request their complete participation. I will try to keep it as candid and as informal to discuss. So any kind of question is welcome. Students are not supposed to judge the question themselves, whether the question is right or wrong or valid or invalid. Any kind of question, if there is a doubt, should be asked one. Second, all students should keep their phones on mute because the session is in recording. So vibrating sound of the phone can disturb the recording of the session, and it will also disturb your focus as well. What I am speaking or what I am trying to present. Last but not least, try to ask as many questions as possible. One of the reasons that I and Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am agreed for a 1.5 hour session is that I might go on speaking, say, for about 45 minutes max, because that's the amount that I believe that I have to present. But I also believe that if students who are attending do not ask questions or do not ask their basic queries, basic understanding, if they are not able to understand anything, then the session is not interactive and the session's outcome will not be achieved. So that is also something that I want to emphasize with all the students who are participating today. So this is my introduction side. We have a full agreement executed with Kalinger Karunanidhi Institute of Technology, Coimbatore, to bring desirable, to bring positive impact to the students. Whomsoever wants to partner, wish to participate in our programs, and we will try to do an end-to-end program and try to bring in as many programs as we can to the students. A bit of background about who we are. So to start off with, or to give you a background, or to give you a context, see, everyone.
Sorry to interrupt, Dharma. Yeah. Dharma, 1 minute. Can you just switch off the light at your background because your face is not visible at all?
I'll have to switch off the video, ma'am, because then the presentation will go blur.
Okay, go ahead. Switch on the video. Go ahead.
Let me try something else, ma'am. Just give me 1 minute.
Sure. Yes, it's better. It's good. Unmute yourself.
All right. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and video is also fine. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Thank you, ma'am. So before I set the context of today's discussion and before I talk about who we are, what we do, it is also important to know why we are talking about this today. So technological advancement in the area of mobile computing or mobile devices, or everyone having access to smartphones, started early 2000. That was the first time when we all know a company called Nokia came into the Indian market, and Nokia handsets or Nokia handphones started to come out in reach to each and every student. Now, at that point of time, you would have realized that there were certain features, there were certain mobile devices in Nokia offering that were slightly pretty advanced or slightly had higher offering. At that time, there was also usage of maps. So, in India, when Nokia introduced smartphones, our platform, as in here platform, was the platform that was used in Nokia phones back early in 2000. So this was the OVI maps that were used for online and offline navigation purposes. And then after that, Nokia decided to quit the mobile business, and they basically wanted to kind of disinvest. So as an organization, we got disinvested, and we then became part of a consortium that I will talk about. But what happened was early 2013-14, again, smartphone wave came in thanks to Android feature, and everyone started to use Android phones. So everyone got familiar with Google Maps. It's pretty obvious. It's quite obvious. It's actually understandable because everyone who's using a Realme or a Xiaomi or a Redmi or an iPhone or a Samsung phone or even a Lava phone, anyone and everyone who's using is accessible or is using a Android operating system. So under Android operating system, you get all kinds of Google features and Google enterprise access applications, and Google Maps started off. So Google Maps, if I have to say, is basically a typical B2C product or a B2C, business to consumer. That means they are partnered in the smartphone devices to reach out to everyone. Now, there has been no formal learning, or there has been no formal methodology for anyone to learn maps. So everyone attending today's session, including me and every other folk, has actually tried to learn maps on a hit and trial method. So basically, it's like a social media application. We started off with Facebook. So there was no rule book for Facebook. There was no guide for Facebook. You just signed up and you just started exploring the application. Similarly happens in the case of Instagram, or similarly happens in the case of Orkut. If people remember, Orkut was the first social media application. So as an organization, what we thought is that, we should bring out a structured learning or a structured methodology of telling students what map is, or how maps are built, or how map layers are built, or what is satellite imagery, or how to visualize map attributes. Certain very basic beginner level program that we designed, that we have kept for the students. So here, as an organization, is basically a business to business company, a B2B product company, which means that we have a product in place. We have a map product in place that we have been working, and that we have been we've been pioneers in it, because our company started way back in 1985, 1985, the year, 35 years before anything existed. We started building maps for enterprises, for businesses. And today, with 35 years of experience, we are a B2B company. We have not gone yet on the B2C model, because the way our investors, the way our principal shareholders see our value and see the future of autonomous driving, connected vehicles, connected fleet, we are going to be a B2B company. So we, as an organization, also exist in the space, but we have not, we are not talked about. But certain examples that I will give you moving forward, you will realize that, oh, okay, this is where HERE Technologies is used. So we have about 200 plus countries mapped. We have about, in every 5 cars in Europe and North America, we have 4 cars fitted in with in-car navigation support. That means when there is a driver's seat, and next to the driver's seat there is an infotainment module, there's an infotainment dashboard. So on the dashboard, any map layer or map support is provided by HERE Technologies. In Europe and North America, definitely out of every 5 cars, there are 4 cars there. Globally, we are a big organization. We are about 9 to 10,000 people, workforce spread across 56 countries. The uniqueness about our organization is that about 3,000 to 3,500 people are only in India. across Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore locations. So our biggest map maintenance, our the biggest map production centers, our biggest map layers that are worked upon are by skilled youth of India. BTech, CA, BE, geography, civil engineering students who are basically working there, computer science students who love coding and who want to love creating products and solutions using APIs. They are basically part of our youth talent force in Maharashtra, in Mumbai. So about that big, about 30 to 35% of our employee strength is only in India. So you can understand how massive and how big is our organization in terms of numbers. Now, when I talk about here technologies or here India Private Limited, I will also talk about global, and I will also talk about country specific, because we're in India, so everyone should be interested to know what is happening in South Asia, what is happening in India, what is happening in APAC, which is Asia Pacific regions. So what we essentially do is, our strategy is not like other map players. Our strategy is very focused, and our strategy is very focused at a regional level. So, for example, if we have to work in Singapore, or if we are working in Vietnam, or if we are working in Malaysia, we have regional partners. If we have to work in China, we have regional partners. So, what we do is not only we agree with the democratic and the sovereign guidelines to federal governments, but we are also creating regional partnerships. So, for example, you cannot, as a user, access the map layer of China, because that is not allowed, because China satellite imagery layer happens to stay within the same limits and happens to stay within the same boundary of its own. Similarly, Southeast Asia, similarly Central Asia, similarly North Asia, which also includes Japan, and similarly to South Asia as well. So we agree to the bylaws, and we agree to the democratic and the sovereign laws of the country. So any user from your academic institution who enrolls into the program will only be allowed to work on South Asia as a region, and that to India keeping as the focus. So none of the students are supposed to venture out, or none of the students are going to access satellite imagery of any other country to kind of work upon it. So we have a regional cooperation and regional partners in place. So talking about, say, India, you will be familiar with Mahindra, LG, Wipro, and also Mitsubishi Electric. So these are some of our regional players focusing on APAC. What's recently happened is two of the largest conglomerates of the APAC region, which is Mitsubishi. Everyone would have heard about it in terms of general engineering and general manufacturing and heavy manufacturing, transportation, logistics. And the second partner is NTT, which is Nippon Telegram and Telegraph. These are the two largest players who have now taken substantial stake in the organization, which is roughly to about 30%. And that is going to strengthen Asia Pacific and Japan initiatives. So India is definitely a focus area, and you as students should also be excited about, because you are joining an organization in their industry academia partnership wherein you are also going to get exposure at that level. In terms, if you're from computer science, or if you're from civil engineering, or if you're from electronics or electrical, whichever background you are, ultimately you have to choose a field where you will be working upon, and you have to acquire skill sets. So this entire program is going to be about acquiring skill sets. These are our principal investors because we are headquartered in Netherlands. We have international offices in Chicago, in Berlin, and we have major development production centers in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So these are our principal investors. So if you remember, when I talked about Nokia using Here Maps for a brief period, about 4 to 5 years, and after that exiting the business and then disinvesting here to the large consortium of automakers. So these are the three large consortium of automakers, which is basically Audi. Everyone is aware of Audi cars, Audi manufacturing of cars, luxury, high-end hybrid cars. Everybody is aware about BMW. Everybody is aware about Daimler as well. So there are a couple of original equipment manufacturers also, like Bosch, Continental, Intel, and Pioneer, also who are our investors, and who basically guide the vision of building a truly autonomous world and making a true digital representation of reality into here maps. So just to summarize, just to recap whatever I talked about in the last 15, 20 minutes or so, this is basically a chronological history of how we as an organization transformed from just making maps into a location technology. And I would rather say that, we are an IT organization, we are an information technology organization because we are the intersection of GIS, Geographical Information System, and IT. And today, in today's organization, there is no segment, there is no industry without the influence of information technology. So this is the entire journey from 1985 to 2018 onwards. This is our journey in India. We started mapping operations in India in 2006. So almost we spent about a decade and a half, 14 years or more than 14 years in India. And we almost relate to all the policies and all the procedures of Government of India. And we also, in a way say that, our maps are basically built in India, make in India product. So from first production center in 2008 to production centers, which is up to 5 production centers up to 2018, that's been our journey. And we've grown horizontally and vertically very fast. A couple of more examples in India. So there are very large automotive players. I'm sorry, I cannot name them, but you can figure it out. Almost about 68 to 70% of our clientele is from the automotive sector. So all major automobile manufacturers in India that you are aware of are using here maps without publishing our name, because basically we provide our map players in a white labeled environment. That means they can access our here maps without putting up our name, and that's the way a B2B product or a B2B partnership also works. So any major automotive car manufacturer that you happen to use, or if you are going to access the mobility side or the map application side, the layer is going to be very similar to what I'm going to teach you as a part of the curriculum as well. So yes, here maps is used in India as well on the B2B side. I just thought to kind of introduce this, although this is at a very initial level, but yes, these are some of the components, or these are some of the topics that I'm going to cover as a part of my offering, project training exercise or project training certification with interested students. So after this webinar, definitely we are going to open up the forum for interactive session, questions and answers. But just I wanted to give a flavor to everyone that any interested student who comes forward and basically says that, okay, I am interested for a 60-day program, or I am interested for a 60-day certification program, which is free of cost for the students. What and how can I do it? So these are the topics that are kind of going to be covered. Although this is to be kept between both of us, as in this is a very, because we have a community agreement signed and there is an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement that has been signed as well. So whatever I'm talking to you today is basically only and only for this audience. So whatever we need to share publicly, I will share it separately, but whatever we have to share only with this audience is only as a part of this presentation. So this is at a very high level view of what students will learn, interested students will learn if they join the project training certification for about 60 days that we'll have. So we are going to focus on roughly about 20, 25 days or maximum 30 days of curriculum, topics, content that I have prepared, and I will be introducing them to the world of maps, location technology, how maps function, how maps work, how maps are built, and what are the different attributes that you see are very common or are very basic, but there is an entire algorithm, there's an entire logic behind it. And then 30 days of interactive engagement, which is going to be on individual performance, or it can be on a team level as well. And we will also kind of create team building exercises, team building activities, so that all of you come together and work and create a positive impact on the program. So the entire objective is that none of the students are going to get access to any kind of static or any kind of dormant set of activities. No, every student who wishes to participate will be getting access to live tool, which is at par to all the students who use it globally. So, for example, if any student from KKIT Coimbatore uses our tool, our live tool, which I will be training them on, they will be compared and they will be evaluated at par to a student who is using that tool in Singapore or Vietnam or Latin America or even Europe. So there is a global exposure. There is an entire offering on how team building and coming together and winning together and creating positive impact for the organization is going to be there, and that's the main focus. So without further delay, thank you very much for the interaction. This doesn't mean that the session is going to get over. We still have a lot of time. So we will use the next 45 minutes, 50 minutes to understand what students have understood, not understood, plain query, simple query, invalid query. Let that be decided by me. Let not the student decide themselves. So they should ask me queries. So over to Dr. Kritika, Dr. Mahalakshmi, and the students. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think I'm unable to. Yes,
I
ma'am.
have not unmuted. Okay. So when we'll be starting the project, and you can just elaborate on what the students will be doing in the project.
Sure, ma'am. So, ma'am, today is 25th of September, Friday. So the way I see it is that, say, suppose by next week, if you are able to get a list of interested students, and we are able to capture the details of interested students, I will be basically teaching them content. I will be teaching them topics related to maps, how maps are built, certain training material that I have prepared for them, which will say go about up to say 2 to 3 weeks or even maximum 4 weeks, which is about 20 to 25 days or maximum 30 days. And the next 30 days, they will be putting that knowledge that they have learned onto the tool, which is the Here Map Creator, on which I will be giving them access, and they will be working upon to create a positive impact.
Okay. Is it that any specific knowledge that skill you expect from the students, or it is just the interest to learn and you will be guiding?
Ma'am, so in my so many years of experience, I have felt that no matter what kind of knowledge or background they have, until and unless they have an appetite to learn, they have a zeal to learn a new thing, and they are willing to push themselves. That is the main criteria for me. However, I will still suggest that any student from computer science background, any student from electronics or electrical background, who is willing to spend and earn a certification over 60 days, and who's interested to build a career in location segment or location industry, should definitely come forward. So they should have access to laptop. They should have a laptop device for sure. Else, smartphone is definitely preferred, but then the laptop is definitely an advantage, and they should have sound internet connectivity so that they're able to access the tool on a live level as well. So yeah, ma'am. I think not more than that. I mean, this is not going to be about programming languages. This is not going to be about any kind of knowledge that they should have. They can come fresh. They should be high on energy. They should have a learning appetite, and rest I will take it forward, and I'll be happy to constantly guide and nurture them accordingly.
Okay, GIS being a new for all my students.
Yes, ma'am.
So you will do some induction on that part also, training
Yes,
on
ma'am.
that, and then start the project.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I am not going to take the students directly onto any kind of tool or any kind of engagement and confuse them. The way that we do it is that we have certain training material and content that we use standardized at a global level. That will take about say 2 to 3 weeks to properly understand what we want to do. Once I have covered those training material and training content, is when they will come onto the tool. By that time, they might have already understood 50% of what we entail to achieve, and they will also entail to learn or desire to achieve.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, over to you, students. You can freely ask. Even you can ask in Tamil. Tamilum kegas. அவரு சென்னை ஆள் தான், நம்ம ஊர் ஆள் தான். You can ask him.
So, any student who wants to unmute and ask me, more than welcome. Else, they can type the question on the chat box, and I will be happy to address them. Either ways.
இந்த செஷனே வந்து உங்க கிளாரிட்டி, ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றதுக்கு என்னெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு தோணுது, என்ன கம்பெனி பத்தி எதுனாலுமே ஓப்பனா கேளுங்க. என்ன டவுட்னாலும் கேளுங்க. இது இண்டக்ஷன் எதுக்குன்னா, இந்த இன்டராக்ஷன் செஷனே எதுக்குன்னா, நம்ம ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணோம். இப்ப ப்ராஜெக்ட் உங்க நேம் நீங்க கொடுக்கணும், பேட்ச் ஃபார்ம் பண்ணணும். சோ அதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு என்னெல்லாம் டவுட் என்ன இருக்கோ ப்ளீஸ் கோ ஹெட்.
So I will attempt my Tamil, ma'am, because I stay in Delhi. So என்னோட என்ன ரிக்வெஸ்ட் எல்லா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்டையும் இஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் பயப்படுறதுக்கு அவசியம் இல்லை. பிகாஸ் யூ ஷுட் நாட் பி ஃபியர்ட். நம்ம ஒரு கொஸ்டின் கேட்டானா நம்ம பத்தி யாரு என்ன யோசிக்க போறா? சி, இது உங்களோட கரியர், திஸ் இஸ் யோர் கரியர். ஸோ you have to take control of your career. You have not taken computer science or electrical because somebody thought that you cannot do it. So நீங்க உங்களுக்கு என்ன கொஸ்டின் மனசுல வருது, உங்க கொஸ்டின் என்ன உங்க மனசுல வருது, அது முன்னாடி வந்து கேளுங்கோ. அண்ட் ஐ பி ஹாப்பி டு கிளாரிஃபை இட். பிகாஸ் அந்த டவுட் நீங்க மனசுல வச்சுட்டு அது நீங்க யூ ஷுட் நாட் பில்ட் அப் ஆன் தட் டவுட் மோர். ஸோ அதான் நான் சொல்லணும். அண்ட் இது ரொம்ப கேண்டிட் டிஸ்கஷன். டோன்ட் டேக் மீ ஆஸ் some Dharma sir who has appeared from nowhere from Delhi and is talking to us. I am talking in Tamil so that unga kuda or contextually I can relate to, and edha vena neenga question kekala. I mean, as in sir nambalku enna benefit na ungiட்ட சொல்றேன், என்ன பேசிக் क्वेश्चंस நம்மளுக்கு என்ன பெனிஃபிட் ஆகும் சார், நம்மளுக்கு என்ன படிக்கிறது கிடைக்கும், நம்மளுக்கு ஏதாவது ஜாப் ப்ராஸ்பெக்ட் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகும், இதுதான் ஒரு பேசிக் set of questions எல்லாரும் கேட்பா. பட் இதுவும் உங்களுக்கு கேட்கணும்னா ப்ளீஸ் கம் ஃபார்வர்ட். ஐ ஹாவ் 130 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ இந்த பாசிபிலிட்டி கிடையாது மாதிரி நீங்க உங்கள்கிட்ட கொஸ்டனே இல்லை. தட் மீன்ஸ் எவ்ரிபடி இஸ் ஜஸ்ட் சிட்டிங் அண்ட் வாட்சிங் மூவி. அந்த மாதிரி டோன்ட் டேக் இட். திஸ் இஸ் நாட் அ மூவி. ஆல் ரைட். The first question we have got it from the chat box, ma'am. Student name is Pradiban. Pradiban, can you hear me? Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Pradiban. எப்படி இருக்க? Pradiban, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
எப்படி இருக்க? How are you?
Oh, fine, sir.
Great. So in the batch formation, how many members will be there, Pradiban? Totally depending on the nomination basis. Evado students munnadi vandu ma'am thanna nomination kodukara, we will decide upon that. But don't worry, no student will be left out. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Vera edha question irukka ungalku, Pradiban?
Sir, யோசிச்சுட்டு கேக்குறேன் sir.
Okay, great. Next question is Ajay. Ajay, can you please unmute yourself? Ajay Christopher. So my one condition to take up question is that the student should talk to me. I will not answer questions in the blank or in the dark room. So the student has to come forward and talk to me. Ajay, are you there? Okay, I will take up question of Ajay when his audio is stable and he can talk to me. Okay, next question is by Mukesh. Mukesh, are you there?
Yeah, sure. I'm in.
Good morning, Mukesh. How are you?
Hi, sir. Fine. I'm doing good. How about you?
Very good, Mukesh. Very good. So, what will be the scope and benefits of this course? Great, Mukesh. Good question. So, the course will basically introduce you to the concept of maps and location technology. What is the location industry all about? Where all are the use cases? So, in information technology, we use a very common word called use case. Use case means where all are its applications. So, I will be talking to you about location industry applications in the area of automotive, advertising, insurance, telecommunications, transportation, logistics, and you will be getting access to a live tool. You'll be learning the content, you'll be implementing what you have learned. You will earn a certification for 60 days, which is like an industrial project training certification. And tomorrow, if you're interested for further modules, it will take you up for further modules as well. And tomorrow, you can also look at it from a job perspective. So there are a lot of job openings and jobs available in this area, wherein the starting position is called as a GIS analyst or as an analyst, wherein you're applying the fundamentals of GIS. So if this industry excites you, there is more to learn, and it has varied applications across industries. There is no industry which is without the influence of location technology.
Yeah, thank you,
So
sir.
thank you, Mukesh. Thank you. Next student is Sri Hariharan. Good morning, Hariharan. Are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, fine, sir. What about you?
Great. So thank you, Hariharan. You asked a very good question. First of all, can I know how here technologies differ from other platforms, sir? So when you want to ask this question, basically you mean how do we differ, say to Google Maps or say to other maps that are available in the market? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Hariharan, great question. So I'll give you point by point answer here. So when you build maps or when you create maps, there is this base image which is called as the base satellite imagery, which is being provided by companies who have private or commercial or government satellites out in the space. So there is a satellite imagery that is provided to all companies. Okay. Now on that satellite imagery, Google Maps puts its data, or Google Maps puts the data that you are basically submitting, or basically you are gathering through your smartphone. For example, whatever data that you are using or whatever data that you are generating when your GPS, that is global positioning system, GPS signal is on your mobile, whatever data is captured through internet being on or internet being off, all that data is being captured on the mobile, and that data is actually going onto the Android platform. Now that basically means it goes on to Google. So whatever data points you generate, say from Uber, Ola, Swiggy, Zomato, whatever applications that you're using, all that data goes, and all that data basically goes out on the Google Maps. But the major difference is that whatever data points are generated, everything has a latitude and longitude. That means whatever data points are captured on the mobile with GPS signal will have a latitude longitude. So, for example, the nearest eatery or the nearest ice cream parlor you have in your residential area, it might latitude longitude that might be right or might not be right. That means the data that goes on Google is unverified. That means nobody verified it. The major difference of how here technology is different is whatever data that we create or whatever map layers we create, that all data is verified by two checks. One is the algorithm AI ML check, artificial intelligence machine learning algorithm check, and the second is the field check. So after only the data passes through quality check number one, quality check number two, then it goes on to the map layer, and then only verified data points go on to the map. That is the main difference between us and any other player in the market, Hariyanan. So I hope I have been able to answer your question.
Yes, sir. I'm clear, sir.
Any other question, Hariharan?
Sir, I will ask you later, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Hariharan.
Thank you.
Next question is by Dinesh. So Dinesh, good morning. Are you there? Student name Dinesh?
Yes, sir. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
good morning. Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. How are you?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir. And
Great. Thank you, Dinesh, for asking. So, your question is, what will be the language we use and in which platform we work with it, sir? So, Dinesh, technically speaking, there is no language. So, for computer science students, we will plan a module 2, which will be basically on Java, JS script, and it will also use Python if students are available, or Python if students are knowing that language. But in this module, there is no prerequisite or there is no pre-requirement of you to know any language. We will basically take you as a beginner. We will take you as a student who is a beginner, but is keen to learn and earn the certification. That's how we have thought about it, Dinesh. So, are you from computer science background?
yes, sir. I'm from computer science.
Okay, great. And which languages do you love to work upon, or which languages do you like to learn,
Sir,
Dinesh?
I love to work on Python, sir.
You know how to work on Python.
I know something about geocoders, sir, in Python.
Oh, very good, very good. So, are you working on JS script or are you working on Java?
Sir, I'm just working on Python.
Or just working on Python? Okay. Okay, wonderful. So we will have a specific module created for computer science students who might be interested. In fact, I should not say computer science. I would be happy to do another module after this module for students. Anyone who comes forward and says that they are aware of certain languages like Java, JS script, GeoJSON, or even languages like Python. So we can do that. So this module is going to be very basic, Dinesh. And the next module
Yes,
will be more on programming and API as well.
yes.
Any other question, Dinesh?
I will ask you later, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. So out of, I don't know, many students have kind of dropped out because of internet issues. So how many students? Ajay, is your mic working? You still have mic issues, Ajay? Okay. Sure, Ajay. So please speak to me once your mic is available and your audio is available. Okay, I have few more interesting questions here. One question is from student name Aishwarya Lakshmi. Aishwarya, good morning. Are you there?
Sir, I'm there. How are you, sir?
Good morning. How are you? I'm good, Aishwarya. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Great. So Aishwarya, very interesting question that you wanted to know. Tell us about your career experience in hair technology. So experience is always 360 degree. So which angle you want to know? Tell me. You want to know the professional side? You want to know the learning side?
Learning side, sir. It will be useful for us too.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Wonderful. I was expecting you to touch upon that and you exactly touched upon that. So Aishwarya, let me tell you, which year and which grade are you from, Aishwarya?
I'm from second year CSE.
You're from computer science background, second year. Okay, wonderful.
Yes, sir.
So Aishwarya, let me tell you one thing. I am a non-engineer. I am from a non-engineering background. So you're from an engineering background, so there's a big difference. Now you can understand that how from a non-engineering background, I can be working in an IT company on location technology and talking to you about a course or talk to you about this industry. So one of the basic career experiences that I would like to definitely highlight is that as long as you have an appetite to learn, as long as you are willing to learn something new and come out of your comfort zone, there are organizations, and within organizations there are people who are willing to support you and willing to increase your understanding and bring you up to a certain level to become a good professional. So in my last 14 years of experience, Aishwarya, this is my possibly fifth organization. And I have done consulting. I have worked in education background. I have worked in higher education. I have worked in IT companies, and this is my second IT company. So quite honestly, as long as you are willing to learn, as long as you are willing to leave your baggage that I know everything or I can learn everything on my own, that's a great advantage. So here in Here Technologies, in my last 2+ years of experience, I have learned things and I have stayed up. I have spent hours to understand. I have interacted with people. I have interacted with other people. So there is a great learning atmosphere in my organization. That's one. Second is, in India, there is this concept of called great places to work, which means there is a ranking that happens on how companies are great places to work. So I'm happy to share that for the 4th year consecutively, we have been ranked in the top categories of great places to work, which means you just don't work here. You also learn and basically learn more and basically become a better individual at your own work. So that's the second part here. The third part is there is work-life balance. There is gender and diversity. That means people from different backgrounds are appreciated. Different backgrounds are respected. Their opinions are respected. Their thoughts are respected. So nobody differentiates you whether you are from Coimbatore or you are from Cuddalore or you are from Nellore or even you are from Bombay. So every employee from different backgrounds are at the same scale and the same level. And last but not least is your background doesn't matter if you join any organization. How do you want to pursue a career in that organization is the most important question. So I hope I've been able to answer it, Aishwarya.
And thank you so much for your wonderful answer, sir. It was really very useful for us.
Anything else that you want to ask on this? Whatever I shared with you, Aishwarya?
Sir, one more thing. Just tell me about that one thing which made you interested into this field. Like, உங்களை இன்னும் இதுல ரொம்ப interested-ஆ? It was your personal interest or from starting, or it happened after here into this field?
So, okay, wonderful question. So now I'll talk to you in Tamil and English because you also talked in Tamil. See, now that was in 2006. In 2020, so there are people, there are friends of mine. Ava one organization led. They've been working in the same organization for 14 years or 10 years. Now avalta pesuvena no. So avalta pesinana enakku purinjudhu mari the thinking process or the thought process ipdi irukku. Ava ena thanna velaiyle romba deeply engrossed ah irukka. So they only know about their own field. They only know about their own industry in the last say 10 years that they've been working there. எனக்கு என்ன advantage கடவுள் கொடுத்திருக்காரா? I have been able to work across with different employers, Aishwarya, and whenever you get an opportunity it to be a good opportunity, you should join, because comfort zone la irundhu yaru grow panna maata. ஒரு simple example எதுனா, you started your childhood with bicycle. Now you will not drive bicycle forever. You can drive bicycle as a passion, as a hobby. But if you want to use it as a convenience, you cannot travel in bicycle in the present time. So you need to change your comfort zone. You need to learn scooty. You need to learn two-wheeler. You need to learn car, how to drive a car, and then you start pushing yourself. Because when you start pushing yourself out of the comfort zone, new challenges will come in, new problems will come in, and you will know how to face them. This is the same approach you have to take it in your professional life also. So உங்களுக்கு இப்போ opportunity உங்க nearby friends, mentors கொடுக்கறா, உங்களுக்கு எப்போ ஒரு opportunity கிடைக்கிறதோ அப்பப்போ நீங்க முன்னாடி வந்து you have to strive and you have to earn it. That is one. Second is, this is a very inherent quality that I want to share with everyone. Nobody can grow you the way you want to grow yourself. I will repeat my statement again. nobody will grow you the way you want to grow yourself. So நீங்க உங்க goal post நீங்க உங்க destination தனியா யோசிக்கணும். What do you want to achieve in life? You want to go for a steady job, 9 to 5 job, and want a peaceful life, or you want a life which is high, fast, but you will start learning everywhere, because our mind, our brain is capable to absorb so much that nobody is even able to understand or gauge it. So one small example that I want to share is that when Einstein left Earth, I mean when he passed away, his brain was analyzed, and it was understood that in his entire lifetime he only was able to use 14% of his brain capacity, or 15% or 18% of his brain capacity, whatever that number is. Can you imagine Einstein, the world's renowned scientist of a century, or whatever our human race will ever get off? He only used 15 or 16% of his brain. So imagine at what levels we are working on. We might be at 1%, or we might be even say 0.5%. I don't even know. So the point is that the point that I'm trying to make out to you is that if you want to grow, you have to definitely strive for it. You have to definitely push forward, and you need to also have a passion to do it. You need to have a passion to change jobs, not frequently, because you will not be perceived well in the market. But you should change jobs definitely whenever you think the learning has stopped, or whenever you think you cannot learn more. You should definitely change jobs, and you should have passion to grow. I hope, Aishwarya, I've been able to answer it.
Yes, sir. And thank you so much for your answer, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for asking a very valid and relevant question, Aishwarya. So next question that we have is from Satish. Satish, are you there? Good morning, Satish. How are you? Satish, I can't hear you. Sorry, your audio has, I think, a problem. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear, sir.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. What about you?
Good. Very good, Satish. Thank you, Satish. A very valid question. Tell me concept about B2B and B2C, and tell me our company belong to which category, whether it is taken to next level regarding its plan. Definitely, Satish. So we are a B2B company, business to business company. That means we work with businesses who are basically serving customers. For example, automotive. Now we work with automobile manufacturers who are basically selling cars to consumers. So we don't work with consumers directly, but we work with these automobile manufacturers like Maruti Suzuki, or Hyundai, or Toyota, or Kia, whichever company we are working with, to offer our offline, online navigation maps. Now, when you talk about B2C, B2C means that business to consumer, any business which is directly touching with the consumer. So, for example, if you talk about Hindustan Unilever, if you talk about Coke, if you talk about Pepsi, if you talk about Samsung, these are all B2C partners. So our company, our present company, Here Technologies, belongs to B2B, business to business, and we are making partnerships, or we are partnering with businesses which are into B2C model. So that is how we look the future to be also. Whatever partners that I took names of, Mitsubishi, Audi, Daimler, they're all into B2C partnerships, and we are also now moving towards 5G, we are moving towards sensor data, we are moving towards IoT. Work with these companies as well. So, I hope I was able to answer your question.
Thank you for your wonderful question.
Thank you, Satish. Thank you for answering that. Okay. Surya, next student. Surya, are you there? Surya Prakash? Surya, there, I can't hear you. Okay, Surya, you'll have to connect to your audio and speak to me. Next is Bhavya. Hi, Bhavya. You said hello, sir. Good morning, Bhavya. How are you? Tell me your question.
I'm well, sir. Thank you.
Good, Bhavya. What's your question, Bhavya?
Yeah. So my question is that when we students join the training, can you give me assurance that we will never slip into this state of oblivion, during the course of learning as well.
Okay, so there are two interesting words that I will pick up from your statement. One is assurance and second is oblivion. Okay. You want to continue with the question or you have completed a question, Bhavya?
Yeah, I'm done with my question, sir.
Okay. So Bhavya, tell me one thing. When you talk about assurance, can anyone give you assurance other than yourself?
Of course, maybe I can give you maybe 90% I can give myself, but a little bit of 10% I'd expect from your side as well.
Sure. So that is called a complementing nature. That is called an equation. That's called a perfect equation when 90 plus 10 makes 100. So when you give me assurance of 90%, I will give you assurance of my 90%. So I am willing to push the envelope or I'm willing to make the equation up to or more than 100%. But the 90% has to come from you because when relationships are built, it is always complementing in nature. It is symbiotic in nature. That is one. So this is going to be an equal effort. I will definitely put in my effort. I will definitely be sincere in my content. I will be definitely sincere with my timings. But if you miss classes, for example, or if I skip sessions, the equation gets disbalanced. So one, we agree that, okay, if you participate, we will complement and we will basically be symbiotic in nature, Bhavya. That's the first part. Now, the second is oblivion. Now, oblivion is a very strong word. Now, I don't use oblivion in academics. I use the word more familiar, which is called comfort zone, which means that if you think you are full of knowledge, or let's say, suppose if there's a glass which is already full of water, you cannot fill in more water if glass is not empty. So similarly, whatever you know or whatever your knowledge is, I would love to know your background. I would love to know what you know. And I would ask you to keep it in a separate corner. I mean, in how we are structured, we should create boxes within ourselves and we should corner and we should put our content of what we know in a box. And then we should open a new box and we should open it up for new learning. I would definitely be happy to know your learning. I would be definitely be happy to know what is more that you expect. And I am willing to make that strive. Subject to the fact that you're also willing to, create a symbiotic relationship. So that's how it is, and that's how I've been, dealing with it. My second point, this was more on the qualitative side. So now I will also talk on the quantitative side. So this year, when I have personally started driving programs, and Dr. Mahalakshmi is aware of it. Currently, I have about active about 200 students. Who are doing project training certification with me, and my schedule from Monday to Saturday is fully packed. I just give one day to myself definitely because I have to recharge my cells and batteries, and I also want students to take that off. But Monday to Saturday, I have dedicated slots booked for dedicated batches, and I love doing this. So I hope I've been able to answer it, Bhavya.
So you were. And if I could just rephrase my question a little, like
Sure.
during this learning and working and all of this, there is this point of time where you totally don't.
Sorry, Bhavya, I lost you. I lost the last part of the statement. What was it? Sorry, Bhavya, I can't hear you. There is some network issue.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Tell me.
What I was asking you is, like, you answered, you tend to feel lost, isn't it? Like during the learning or
Yes.
working,
Hmm.
that feeling of not being aware, that is what I really want to focus on. We have kind of help whenever we need and all of that.
Hmm. So what's going to happen is this equation that we will set up, Bhavya, is not going to be just a singular way. It's going to be two-way. So one is I don't believe in WhatsApp groups. I don't know if WhatsApp groups help you in increasing your efficiency because it drains your time mostly on mental strain to reply to messages. But what I've been doing is that I have created dedicated email channel to basically reply to student queries and concerns. I have kept weekly webinars and weekly sessions, and I do not just enter the session and complete it. I'm going to interact with I would request others to please be on mute because I would want everyone to know what my answer is to Bhavya. Can I request everyone to please be on mute? Surya, can you please be on mute? Yeah, thank you. So Bhavya, I will keep weekly webinars, I will keep weekly sessions, and I'm going to interact name by name, student by student, and I'll be talking to them. If there is anything that is required that I can do, definitely bit more, I will do. And that's what I can say. I don't want to be over promising. I basically want to like under promise, and I believe in over delivering. So I try to definitely do my bit, and I will expect you to also do your bit, Bhavya.
Yeah, I'm ready to give my 101% also, sir. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhavya. What is your background and which trade you belong to?
I'm from the computer science department, sir, and I'm the second year.
All right, Bhavya. Thanks. Thank you so much. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Few more questions. Okay, I think I have a few more questions. So one question is from Yadishwaran. Yadishwaram, are you there? Yadishwaram, are you there? Yadishwaram, I cannot hear you. Are you there?
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
Good, very good. How are you? Good morning.
I'm fine, sir.
Okay. So your question is that you saw Tencent logo in your company. Is it true? I will place in Tencent. So dear student, the logo that I showed you is basically that they are partners with us and they're using our map platform. However, if you are interested to build a career in GIS or location technology, you will get an opportunity to work with Here Technologies only. This forum is not to assure any other kind of placement anywhere else except placement assistance by Here Technologies, Yadishwaram.
Okay.
Is it clear? Is it clear to you?
Sir, how can I prepare, sir?
So you can prepare by first, what is your trade and which stream do you belong to, Yadishwaram?
I'm a EC, sir.
Okay, and so I'll tell you one thing. What you should do is after this session, you should go and search about job prospects or location industry, or you should learn more about what is happening in the location side or the GIS side. And if that industry, once you read about it through various reports, say by NASSCOM or by Gartner, and these are the industry reports. If you think you're interested and you're excited about building a career in GIS and location technology, please give your nomination to Dr. Kritika or to Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am, and we will form a batch and we will take you up from there, Yadishwaram.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for information.
Thank you so much. I think I can take two more questions. So Ajay, is your mic working now? Yes, good morning, Ajay. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine, sir. What about, sir?
Good, very good. Tell me, Ajay, what was your question?
Sir, where is it applied and what is the proportional benefits of it?
So, Ajay, I think in all of the questions that everyone asked, I definitely covered the benefits of the program. Now, how to apply is basically that you'll have to give your nomination to Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am or Dr. Kritika, and from there we will take it up and we will try to see what are your interest levels, whether you sincerely do module 1 and whether you'll be interested for module 2 as well. So, what is your background, Ajay?
Sir?
What is your background, Ajay? In which stream are you working, or in which stream are you studying right now?
Java, sir.
Okay, you are interested in programming.
Sir, no,
All right.
only beginning.
Okay, you're just now beginning. Okay, so our platform is also built on Java. We have APIs on Java. So when you think you are ready with the coding part, we will have a coding mapathon or a coding hackathon also for students who are keen to build products and solutions and solve problem statements near the client. Is it fine, Ajay? Did I answer your question?
Sir, last sentence is not hearable, sir. Audible.
I said, Ajay, when you think you are ready with basics of Java or beginner of Java and you understand APIs and you understand coding, me and Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am, we will try to work out a module where we will also introduce hackathon and exposure to our APIs for you to build products or build POCs, proof of concept on Java language. That's what I said.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Kiran, I think we can take the last question. Kiran, are you there?
How are you, sir?
Good, Kiran. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, sir. Fine, sir.
Great. Tell me, Kiran, what is your question?
We were talking about how computer science students and civil engineering students do their jobs. So, how do electrical engineers come into this? What are their roles?
All right. So, Kiran, that question is going to be slightly tricky, but yes, since I've been in the market for quite some time and I'm active there, so I can definitely share my insights here. So, Kiran, when you took up BTech or BE electrical engineering with your college, what is your desire? As in, where do you see yourself in core industry of electrical, or are you ready to explore other industries as well?
Actually, at first, I didn't have a good idea about my career. So, after joining electrical, I got a good idea about how companies are actually a good career and how to gain my knowledge in core sectors. But now I've been thinking out how to expand that too. So to learn new things. Yeah.
Right. So, Kiran, what are the core sectors or what are the core industries that you think you would evaluate or you would like to go there?
Mostly, I've been thinking about embedded systems, some electrical vehicles, and my interest areas around that.
All right. So let's pick up electric vehicles as a matter of fact. Okay. So if you look at electric vehicles, they are basically also going to be 2-wheelers or 4-wheelers or 3-wheelers, who are basically which are basically going to reduce the carbon footprint that the current countries produce across the globe. Okay. So when you talk about EV, definitely there is a manufacturing side, there is an assembling side to it, and there is the concept of EV stations as well. For example, if you have EV cars or if you have EV vehicles on road, you need to also have EV stations. Now, essentially, EV vehicles also require a location as a service, or they also require mapping as a service, because if an EV vehicle is embedded with a say completed map, now that map basically should show what are the possible routes or what are the possible areas or let's say routing or let's say traffic or let's say road conditions which will allow it to smoothly be energy efficient and also reach out to the nearest EV station if possible. So these are the few attributes that are definitely used, say from a location or a mapping perspective. So you can definitely be part of EV companies. You can definitely be part of EV startups which are focusing on building a value chain around EV. But location is something that is going to be constant in across all industries. So if we talk about mobility, if you talk about logistics, if you talk about EV, if you talk about say even say as a matter of fact, embedded systems also will be basically a combination of IoT and sensors, right? I mean, the end product will be will be built out with IoT and sensors, which is also going to thrive on location. So this course is going to be like a value-added course. I will not say that this course can be like a mainstream course, but this course can be like a value-added course to you. See, it's like a computer science engineering student knows Python, but is very much aware of Java. So, it's that kind of a combination. Or an electrical engineer who knows about VLSI, or who talks about or who knows about the semiconductor industry or chip manufacturing, also knows about mobility and location is a value-added course. So I would rather say it as a value-added course, Kiran. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Kiran.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kiran. Thank you so much. Yes, Hariharan, we basically work on mapping and location technology. And if you talk about some other technologies, it basically means the languages on which these technologies are built, which can be Java, which can be Python as well. Yeah. So the principal focus is mapping and location technology, and how to reproduce it on a user interface or on a user integration level is basically can be chosen between languages, which is Python, Java, JavaScript, GeoJSON, JS Node, so on and so forth. So I think we had a really interactive session. Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am, you would like to take the proceedings now?
I think exhaustive students have got. Later on when we start, we may also come up with
Sure, ma'am.
So we will work out a plan when we can start. I'll check on the academic schedules. So that is more important. So I'll just still their exams and all tentative. Is that the same 45 days applies now also for the project?
Yes, ma'am. So right now my approach is going to be 60 days. So when I say 60 days, it is going to be basically 8 weeks. And if I have to split it in 8 weeks, there will be 4 weeks of learning, which will be on a weekly basis. And I will be sharing the recorded sessions also. And near about say 4 weeks of interactive engagement onto the tool. So there could be a ratio of 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. I'll decide that on how the nominated students are performing or are keen to know more or are behaving now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah,
now,
I think.
Yes, ma'am. Now
we'll
this
start
is
working on it offline. Also.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, ma'am. Now this is going to be say module 1, which is like a beginner module for everyone. Module 2 can be specifically for say computer science students, or rather I should say students who are learning coding or coding languages also to improve their career. So they can be from any background, but they are learning coding. So we can decide a module 2 as well, which is more like a event or more like a competition per se, just to make it more interactive and more appealing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we will work on that.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Yes. On behalf of our college management, principal, vice principals, and the HODs and staff members, I really thank on behalf of my dear students. I really also thank Mr. Dharma for spending his valuable time here to have wonderful discussions also with the students. Thank you very much, and definitely we will work back and we'll get students will get more insight and have hands-on working with the map GUI. Okay.
Right. Ma'am, so my concluding remarks is I will request each and every student today, after they have attended my session, they should go onto our website, which is www.here.com. They should go onto our website and they should know more about it. I'm sorry, Pandraj, your question was the last question before we concluded, but I would definitely recommend you to go onto our website, which has a landing page and which has a dedicated page on automotive as a sector. So it will talk to you and it will give you perspective on what we are doing and how mapping works in automotive vehicles. So 2 activities that I want students to do before they nominate themselves. They should go and read about us on here.com. They should go and read about us of our recent press releases and media releases and about our partnerships and how mapping is essentially the way forward. And if students like to watch YouTube videos, they can go and search Here Technologies on the YouTube channel, and they can also watch Here videos uploaded on the Here Technologies verified YouTube channel. So these are my 2 points of recommendation for the students before they decide and come forward for the nomination. All right.
Okay.
Okay, great, ma'am. So thank you very much for this platform. As next steps, I will be sharing the recorded session and few snapshots that I've been able to take from my system, and you can also exchange what you have taken as snapshots, and you can forward this recording to all the students if you have email IDs, or you can forward it to their HODs, their departmental coordinators, so that they can forward it further as well.
Yes, exactly. We will be doing that. All the department coordinators will also be helping and the students to form the batches.
Sure, ma'am. And in whatever communication that you will be doing about here, I would love to be copied, ma'am, because I just want to know how the interest levels are coming up within the college. So just keep me a CC on the email, ma'am. That's a request.
Sure. Sure, I'll do that.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone, and wish you a good day.
Yes, you too. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Yes.